Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure and vehicle review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane, DC Multiverse, Batman Forever, Batmobile, and in addition to that, it comes with Michael Gough, Alfred Pennyworth. Really excited for this. Hope it's awesome, has light-up features, ton of cool stuff. I pre-ordered this from the McFarlane toy store, and it arrived today. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see, this is a gold label figure, which is interesting because gold label means it's exclusive, but this is not exclusive to the McFarlane toy store. You can order this at Entertainment Earth or GameStop, etc. So I don't really think the gold label is appropriate on this guy. Batman Forever, DC Multiverse, Alfred Pennyworth, and Batmobile. Here are the measurements of the car. Bam, there it is in all of its glory. The top of the package, pretty much the same thing, just a little taller. At the back of the package, you can see the Batmobile, Alfred, Batman in the cockpit, and at the bottom, there is a barcode, in case that helps anybody. So with no further ado, let's open it up. And of course, I did get two of these vehicles, one of which to open and enjoy, the other one to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. Alright. Now that this figure and vehicle out of the package, here they are with all their accessories laid out. We don't have any accessories for Alfred besides a display stand and collector's card, and there are 3 fins that will attach to the Batmobile. So, let's go and put the fins on, get that part out of the way, check out the boring stuff. He's got the display stand we've seen with pretty much every McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. Then we have a collector's card, and they chose to make one card for both Alfred and the Batmobile. Alfred Pennyworth and Batmobile from Batman Forever. On the back, we have a description. If you want to read that, pause now. So here's the Batmobile with the fins attached. It looks magnificent. So my first thoughts, some negative, some positive. Now first of all, I'm truly disappointed this is a one-seater because it was a two-seater in the movie. But that was something sort of expected. And then the fin. Now the giant long fin in the middle, it looks great. For the movie, they sort of had 2 of them there, and they could be one piece like that, and then sort of separate it 2. Would have been nice if they added that feature. Would be a really cool action feature, and I don't think it would be that difficult. Kenner did 20-some years ago. So, let's go ahead and take a look at Alfred Pennyworth first. Yes, I'm going to make you guys wait till we get to the car, but we'll get to that in just a few minutes. So here's Alfred Pennyworth, played by Michael Gough, in all 4 of the Burton and Schumacher films. This is the first Alfred in the McFarlane DC Multiverse line, and it's about damn time. We really need a comic Alfred. Hell, I wouldn't mind getting Alfreds from each of the movies. That could be a pack-in with all the Batmobiles moving forward. That would be awesome. But either way, happy to finally have an Alfred. Even though this is a movie version, you can easily put him with your comic displays. So let's take a look. Now, look at his face. The sculpt looks fantastic, but I don't know, like the paint job, it just looks sort of blah, like he's so gray. I feel like he should be a little bit more lively looking. Yes, he's an old man, but he looks kind of on the verge of being dead. No disrespect intended, rest in peace, Michael Gough. But the sculpt is fantastic. First of all, we have the glasses, the wrinkles in the brow, the hair, done very well. I totally see Michael Gough there. The stern expression. I don't know, I just think the color of flesh tone, it's almost like he's like a black and white figure. Not quite that bad, but go further down, he's in a black tux. Unfortunately, it's not the same kind of tux he wore in the movie. McFarlane was lazy, just used the 3 Jokers body, slapped an excellent Michael Gough head on there, and called it Alfred. He doesn't have the tailcoat. I mean, I'm not that picky. It works, but it's definitely noticeable if you're aware of these sort of things. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, nice suited body. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt, which I think they did an excellent job on. I just think the paint is sort of drab. It looks really good though. Now to check out the differences and reuse between this Alfred and the 3 Jokers Criminal Joker. So let's take a look. Obviously, heads are totally different. They put a tie versus the thing the Joker has there. The suit, exactly the same. Hands, exactly the same. Arms, legs, shoes. It's 100% the same figure. Same sculpt, same articulation, except they changed the tie and gave it a different head and paint job. Here are all the figures that utilize this base body. There are 10 of them. Some of the jackets are different, but everything underneath and from the waist down is the same. The Infinite Frontier and Punchline Joker, similar, but has some differences. So here's McFarlane's Michael Go on the left, next to the Mattel DC Multiverse version on the right. They're both very nice figures. So, which head sculpt or face do you guys think is better? I'll tell you, I really like the flesh color on this guy a lot better. He looks like a corpse at a funeral in a casket that people are like sort of saying their goodbyes to. It just looks bad. It looks sickly. Kind of needs a repaint. I think the sculpt is excellent on both of them. They both just capture the likeness so well. It's hard for me to say, but God, what the hell is up with this paint job? It's just so light. It's like a gray, black and white figure. Okay. The suit is a little bit more accurate on this Alfred, even though Mattel was just as lazy and redid the Heath Ledger Joker into this Alfred figure. They're both very nice figures, and this one is a little tall for the Multiverse line, so he almost fits with McFarlane's Multiverse figures, which is pretty cool. Which one do you guys think is a better sculpt or looks better? Drop me a line in the comments below. I'm sort of torn between the two. I'm probably going to give it for Mattel because the flesh color is just so much better, but the sculpt is pretty nice on McFarlane as well. I think the glasses are a little better on the Mattel version. Here he is, next to a Diamond Select Toys TV show Gotham Alfred. And here he is, with all of my DC Direct Alfred figures. Then, next to all of my Mattel Alfred figures. And now, with the McFarlane Batman Classic TV Series Alfred figures. Here are all the different Alfred figures I have in my collection, from McFarlane, Diamond Select, DC Direct, and Mattel. So finally, let's check out the Batmobile. In Batman Returns, he used that sort of cocoon thing, and I guess that ruined the Batmobile, so they switched it up for a third one. And it looked cool, but all the sort of glowing lights and spinning rims, it was a little bit much. Batman isn't exactly a flashy character, more sort of dark and stealthy, but it was cool. So let's take a look. At the front, we have this sort of little pattern here, I guess, so the engine can breathe. Got some headlights, a little bit of silver. Then we have the transparent areas, and that's where it's going to light up. The hubcaps have Batman symbols on them. I mean, that stuff gets a little bit ridiculous. It has these 3 fins on the back, very long, and kind of flimsy, and that reminds me of the film. I remember the Batmobile driving, and you could see the thing sort of shaking. They sort of did a poor job on that, as I recall. We have the exhaust at the back. It's all very sleek looking. I like that. The vehicles are pretty consistent in this film. The Batmobile, the Batboat, and the Batwing have a kind of similar look to them. I like that. Got a symbol at the bottom. Batteries, 3 AAA batteries that are not included. The wheels all spin independently of each other. They're not connected. Of course, we have the cockpit here. You can see the glass. Press the button. Slings forward, revealing the inside. And it has an action feature that we'll get to shortly. A closer look at the car. It doesn't have a lot of detail. Pretty basic, pretty smooth. I mean, there's a lot of detail throughout the car, but the actual sort of body of it, just straight, smooth, black plastic. As a whole, it looks good. It looks sleek. I'm pretty pleased. Now to check out the measurements. It's a pretty good sized car. So from front to back, without the fin, about 24 inches long. From bottom to top of the canopy, about 6.5 inches tall. And if you go from the fin all the way to the front, about 32 inches long, although that's sort of measuring diagonal. And the box says 31 inches long as well. Now, to check out the action features. First of all, it just looks really cool sitting there. Of course, it has wheels. It can actually turn front and back. The wheels are sort of made of a rubbery material. and all 4 of them spin independently. We have the fins here, which you can remove, but they're not supposed to be taken off. It just will have a big sort of hole where you took them off at. Then we have the canopy here. Press this, slings forward, and you can put a figure inside. Here's a look at the inside of the cockpit, the seat, the sides. Pretty bland. And then here's the dash and the controls, and it looks fantastic. They did a really nice job on this part, even though most of it is just stickers. And now for the coolest action feature. The lights and the sounds. This is the first time I think McFarlane has done this in one of their own original vehicles. Sure, the Jokermobile and Batman Animated Series Batmobile had lights, but DC Direct made those a long time ago. So, in order to work the features, you have this button on the side that pushes the canopy forward. And I like how it slides. It's very well done. Then you have this one on the side that activates the light-up features. Bam! You hear the engine, the car starting up, hubcaps lighting up, the whole thing. It's loud, it's awesome, and it continues doing that until you press it again, and then it turns everything off. And if you just want the lights on without the sound, press it one more time. You can see it's all lit up. Press it again, it's off. So it has 3 different modes: off, lights and sounds on, and just lights on. But it is a really cool feature, and it's also nice. It's easy to turn on and off. Now I've seen some complaints online that it's too much of a green color. It should be a little more blue, and they're not necessarily wrong. It did look a little more blue in the movie. Green is a huge theme in Batman Forever, so I don't know. It kind of works and makes sense to me. So here it is, with the lights on in a fully lit room. And here it is, with the lights on in a semi-lit room. And here, lit up in a completely dark room. Now let's put Batman into the Batmobile. This is the Batman Forever Val Kilmer Batman. This is the one that came in the movie 6-pack that has the proper paint job and not the botched gloves, cowl, and boots. Now unfortunately, Batman never used this suit and drove the Batmobile in the movie at all. This is the sonar suit from the end of the movie, and at that point, Riddler destroyed the Batmobile, a lot of the Batcave, and all the original Batsuits. This is the closest we have, because it's the only Val Kilmer Batman they've made so far. I really hope they make his regular suit, his Panther suit that he wore for the majority of the film, and he drove the Batmobile numerous times in. So, now that that's out of the way, let's put this guy inside. Here's a look at McFarlane's Val Kilmer Batman inside this Batmobile. His legs got kind of snagged a little bit, but once you get him in there, he fits no problem. Very spacious on the sides, the top. Complete clearance. And we'll check it out with numerous other Batman figures, both from McFarlane and different companies at the end of the video. Here's a look at Batman and Robin in the Batcave. Alfred serving them tea, get ready to take the Batmobile out to the Gotham City streets. Alfred says, "Could I offer you a sandwich, sir?" Batman replies with, "I'll get drive-through." Here's a look at the Batmobile leaving Arkham Asylum. Here it is in the Gotham City streets. In a high pursuit chase, you can see some GCPD SWAT vans in front of it. Here's a part kind of like the end of the movie. Riddler's in the Batcave. He's using his cane to manipulate the Batcomputer, and then it deploys the Batmobile. Riddler pulls out one of his little bat bombs and says, "You know, it's always risky introducing a tamed animal back into the wild. They sometimes have trouble adapting to their new environment." Throws it in and destroys the Batmobile, and then proceeds to destroy the Batcomputer and all the different Batsuits. Here's the McFarlane Batman Forever Batmobile next to the old Kenner version. This was for, I don't know, 4.5, maybe 5-inch scale figures. It is also a one-seater. I think it also had light-up features, but it has some proper fins in the back where it can split into 2 or be 1. It's a lot smaller. We've gotten a huge upgrade here. Here are the cars, both from the front. Now let's check it out. Next to some other vehicles, starting off with the Kenner Batman Forever Batmobile. And here it is, next to the Kenner Batman Forever Batwing, Batmobile, and Batboat. I wonder if these vehicle sales continue to do good. Maybe McFarlane will give us the Batwing and Batboat for this movie. And here it is, next to McFarlane's 1989 Michael Keaton Batmobile. We have Michael Keaton version, the Val Kilmer version. I imagine they'll give us the George Clooney version in the near future. We have the Dark Knight one already, so hopefully they'll give us Batman vs Superman Batmobile, Robert Pattinson's Batmobile, and a larger multiverse version of the Adam West Batmobile. Of course, they made 2 versions of this Batmobile, a glossy one from the Flash movie, and a flat matte one from the '89 movie. Here it is, next to the tumbler, the Batmobile from the Dark Knight trilogy. And they also made two variations of this Batmobile. The black one that Batman used, and the camo one that Bane used for the Dark Knight Rises. I got 3 of the camo tumblers to army build for my Bane mercenaries. Here it is, next to the White Knight Batmobile, the first of what I hope is many different comic Batmobiles. Then, next to McFarlane's recent DC Direct Batmobile and Jokermobile from Batman the Animated Series. And now, with the McFarlane Batman Classic TV Series and the Mattel Batmobile, McFarlane left, Mattel on the right. Mattel is far superior, and hopefully McFarlane gives us a multiverse version. Here it is, next to the Mattel Hot Wheels 7-inch scale Robert Pattinson Batmobile. Then, with the Mattel DC Multiverse Justice League Batmobile, this is not the ultimate radio-controlled version. And now, next to an older Mattel 2005 comic Batmobile. And finally, here it is next to a Mattel Wrestling Lucha Lowrider vehicle. Here is McFarlane's entire Batman Forever collection. We have the Batman Forever wave, Robin, Batman, Two-Face, and the Riddler, Collectible, the Nightmare Bat. Then we have the Batman Forever Batman that came in the Ultimate Movie 6-pack. And of course, now the Batmobile and Alfred to add to the collection. I really hope they give us Val Kilmer in his Panther suit. And they could also give us Riddler in a couple different looks. Now to check out some Batman figures from different various companies and see which ones will fit inside this Batmobile. And I'm guessing they all will. But first, let's check out several different McFarlane Batman figures. We already saw the Val Kilmer fits in there just fine. So let's check out these other ones. We have the '89 movie Batman, and also the Ben Affleck Batman, and then the Nightfall Batman, and the large Hush Batman. Here's Michael Keaton, 1989 Batman in the cockpit. And then the Batman vs. Superman Ben Affleck Batman. He has a wider stance. Gotta get his legs right into the right spot, and once you do, they'll fit right in there. Here's the Nightfall Batman driving this Batmobile, and even with his rubber cape, as long as you guide his feet, he fits in just fine. Here's the Hush Batman, one of McFarlane's largest Batman figures, and he has a big, wide rubber cape. Gonna mess around a little bit, once again fits in no problem. Here's a DC Direct, DC Essentials Batman, even with his plastic cape, no problem. And then, NECA's comic Batman figure. Here's a Mezco 112 Collective Batman figure. Next, with a Mattel DC Universe Classics Batman, and even with his plastic cape. And now, here's a Mafex Batman figure in the Batmobile. And finally, with a smaller SH Figure Arts Batman. So overall, this is a fantastic Batmobile and Alfred set. The Batmobile looks great. The light-up features are excellent. It's very spacious on the inside. It'll fit any of your figures from the small 6-inch to your larger 7-inch figures. Now, it's no surprise to me that the smaller Batman figures I collect fit in here, but I'm very pleasantly surprised that the Hush McFarlane Batman, which is about their largest Batman and has that giant rubber cape, was able to fit in with complete ease. So from that point of view, it's great. Looks good. Doesn't really have any accessories. My biggest problem is going to be the fact that it should be a 2-seater and it's a 1-seater. But I knew that going into this. And that fin in the back, they could have easily made the double fin thing. Beyond that, it is a fantastic piece. Very sleek looking and very long. Now, Alfred, also very nice to add an Alfred to your collection. But God, his skin tone, why would they make it look like that? He just looks dead, and that sucks. Also, the body is not completely appropriate, but it'll do for now. So if I were to rate these items, I'd probably give Alfred a 6 out of 10. He does look good, but I hate the skin tone, and the body was kind of lazy. And the Batmobile, I want to say 8, but probably going to give it a 7.5. Not nearly as fond of that design as I am the '89 Keaton version, but it's great, and they seem to just be adding more and more features with each release. Lights, sounds, what's next. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If If you want to see additional action figure or vehicle reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to y'all real soon.